Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Parasite Eve 2. Last time we saved Douglas and Flint, and this is our reward. A new handgun. I'm not super excited about a new handgun, but it might be useful, I'm not sure. We might try it out at some point. I'm not super excited about the idea of going back to a handgun. If you listen to the music in Douglas's trailer, it's yet another remix of the police station theme from Parasite Eve 1, which is interesting. I find it kind of strange that they went that route. I don't mind it by any means. I actually think it's pretty cool, but it does seem a little strange. Anyways, Kyle has been waiting for us patiently.
I'm ready.
Finally! Alright, let's go.
No good. They've jumped the fence. Madigan?
Damn! They'll be back. They're just testing us. The real fight's still coming. Oh no, I spilled the last little bit of my drink on myself. Damn it! Oh, and Kyle's hurt. Oh no. Alright, so now we have another section that gave me a lot of trouble my first time I played this. That this time was annoying, but I never died at least. You can see there's a chasm there. It's nothing serious. 'Tis only a flesh wound.
Leave this to me. Get into the mine.
Good luck. We can actually coax some of these things to charge and run off of that chasm, which is pretty nice. The unfortunate thing is they can knock you off of that chasm as well. So you have to be careful. I'm trying to stay really close to this truck to avoid that happening. I'd rather waste the ammo, damn you monster, than risk an instant death moment. And of course any magic I have that I can use, I'm going to go ahead and do because these things are assholes. One by itself, not a big deal, but multiples are quite annoying. And there are quite a few. They only come out 2 at a time, which is good, but there's still quite a few of them here. Damn you! Make like a tree and leave! No? I mean, trees don't really leave. That saying really doesn't make any sense. I mean, they have leaves, but yeah, that saying doesn't make any sense. Damn it, monsters, you're making me say things that make no sense! How dare you! For that you must die! Come on. Sit your puma ass down! Ah, damn it, there's more! Son of a bitch. Or in this case, I guess, son of a puma. And this is not the most annoying puma fight we're gonna get, despite what you may have just seen. I do like that they can take damage if they charge at you and run into the truck. I do try to get them to do that as much as possible. Unfortunately, not as much as I would like them to have. But any extra damage is damage nonetheless. Okay, I've killed a bunch of you. Damn it, there's more! Come on, man, I got other things to do. Not dealing with your ugly ass is one of them. I am kind of tired right now. I don't know what time it is, but it's probably around midnight, I would guess. Anywhere from 10 to midnight, I'm not sure. It feels late anyways. So you definitely want to be prepared when coming into this encounter because, as you can see, there are a crap ton of enemies. They can drain your health, magic, and ammo pretty quickly if you don't know what you're doing, which I don't. This dude took me forever to find. And again, the stuff you're seeing I played at least 2 weeks ago, so I may not remember everything super clearly. Alright, well, we finally finished that fight.
Kyle, I hope he's alright.
Me too, and I hope that's the only long puma encounter we'll have this video. Damn it! This is one of these annoying status ailments that you can't fire your gun whenever you're inflicted with it, for reasons. How you're supposed to defend yourself, I have no idea. I could just use metabolism to cure it, I suppose, but I'd rather set pumas on fire. See, that worked a lot better. Hooray! I really like the atmosphere in this area. The ambient sounds that they use in this area are really cool. Give off the impression this is actually a survival horror game. I'll go ahead and say it. Better atmosphere than any of the Resident Evil games from 4 onward. Except maybe for part of Revelations. There were some parts in Revelations where you're first getting onto the boat with Jill that were pretty atmospheric. It's really strange with that series because you would think a boat would be a good place for a survival horror setting, and I've never seen a game do that well. I've seen the game Carrier, which if I can ever emulate a Dreamcast, we'll play it. This is a puzzle we cannot solve unless we come over here and check this. That's one of at least a couple of things that caused me some issues for this video. They won't be a problem for you, except maybe having to listen to me bitch about it. But just know that you do have to check that in order to move forward. And I'm not sure why I'm sitting there. I guess I'm upgrading a power. Hooray! So that should be up to date on my powers, as far as I remember. So Carrier was... well, it was a product of its time. And a bad one at that. Revelations had some parts with some good atmosphere, but that game had its issues as well. I still prefer it over 4, but it definitely had its issues. Move, bitch! Get out the way! This is Aya's house now. Don't have time for you getting in my way. Then there's, of course, Resident Evil Gaiden. I watched Sarah's Knight's playthrough of that. It was interesting, to say the least. Caused him to swear a lot, and he's not the type to really do that. Somehow Aya can carry that. I'm not sure how. They give us limited inventory, but then you can carry certain things that you should not be able to. Seems strange. Resident Evil also tried horror on a boat with Dead Aim. And while that wasn't as bad as Gaiden, that's only because Gaiden was really, really awful. Let's face it, Dead Aim was also really, really awful. Just a better kind of awful. And I'm not aware of another horror game that takes place on a boat. I did come across a game on the Dreamcast that takes place in an underwater city. Oh, get a flare ready because we're about to get jumped by a bunch of bats. That's the way I'm going to take care of them. Man, what I would give for infinite flares. Just to not have to deal with those stupid bats. It is very nice. But apparently that game I was looking at is hard to find, and I don't have a Dreamcast. I went with the PS1 and PS2. So that's locked, so we gotta find a way to unlock that. Which will be only slightly annoying. There are far more annoying sections in this game. And I was trying to show over there was a case for unlimited 9mm Parabellum, as well as a save point. So basically what we need to do is pull this little pin out and move it over here. We'll be moving that later. But for now, it's good right where it is. And then activate the switch. And save our game. Because what's coming up is annoying. Who would have thought something in this game would be annoying? I know I never did. Except, of course, the pumas, those things that bounce around, the bats, the text not being voice acted. But other than that, nothing annoying.
Mad again? No answer. Maybe he went a different way. Mad again. Are you there? Mad again.
And we're in our third straight video with a boss battle, and this one's the most annoying one yet. I don't remember this at all from my original playthrough. And so I'm going to try energy shot so that way I have a better chance of hitting this thing with a grenade. This fight will be a bit edited. There are significant periods of time where this thing just will not come after me, or when it does come after me, I shoot and miss, and it hits me, and I fall to the ground. Basically, significant chunks of this boss battle where nothing happens, and you'll get a little bit of an idea of what I had to deal with and what's here. So rather than waste everybody's time, I figured I would just cut any unnecessary bullshit. I would say go all out with magic there, as it looks like you get a refill. And we get another one of those plug things. Sweet. And a handgun. That belonged to Kyle. That's not a good sign. Well, good for me because I don't like Kyle, but we'll get an idea of what Aya thinks in a bit. Alright, so that thing did not die. So annoyingly, we gotta keep fighting it. One thing I probably should have tried, and I actually got him comboed there, which is nice. But it only lasted so long. Aya tends to shoot the wall a lot, which is really annoying. Damn you, monster! There are these barrels that you can shoot whenever it's near them, but it's not going to stick around there very long. This thing moves around a lot. It's not very aggressive. It'll attack you, but not for a significant amount of time to where you can actually do some damage to it. This is one of those boss types that I don't like, where it's just kind of quick, but not super aggressive. I mean, it's aggressive to a point, but I don't find this boss fun to fight. Unless there's a strategy I just don't know, which is possible. As I said, you're seeing a bit of what you're missing whenever I have a jump cut during this fight. Shooting and missing with the grenades, getting hit, trying to stand back up, and by the time I stand back up, the thing runs away. Trying to use magic, and the thing hitting me before she can actually activate the power. I can't stand the fact that there's a delay on the magic. You choose to use it and you're vulnerable for a couple of seconds until she actually activates the power. You really have to be careful with that. Dude, I don't like you. I assume if this is their nest, this is Big Mama. That's just my guess. It will be forever dubbed Big Mama. So I guess that means we're in Big Mama's house. But Aya, she's the mama now. Actually, I think it was Eve that was the mama that had that giant baby thing. But not the original Eve. That was something else that we dealt with. Too many Eves, damn it. Damn you! The good thing about shooting these barrels is it does light up the area a little bit. This is a really dark area. I hate you! This thing took me almost 10 minutes to fight. I didn't die at least, but it still took me way too long. Damn it, monster, will you just die? I'm running out of things to talk about. You dick. And you might want to read this. I did not get my friend to voice act this. She basically just says, Kyle, he was kind of a jerk, but yet... Yeah, typical female. The guy's a jerk, so she's attracted to him. I'm not saying all women, but typical. So, most. If you're not one of those women that are into jerks, then awesome. Then you are okay in my book. But I'm not going to get into all that. I am going to go back and save my game before activating this switch that we're going to find. I'm not sure what she's going on about here. Probably more of Aya's ramblings that I don't really care about. What's important is a switch that's on here. Oh, she does realize this motorcycle belongs to number 9. That boss that we fought a couple of times. So very important, you have to activate that switch and find out nothing has happened, and check that door. I'm not sure which one you have to do or if you have to do both, but I could not do the next thing that we need to do until I did both of them. I didn't try just doing one or the other because it made no sense. I didn't want to have to make multiple trips back and forth. Huh, I don't know what that sound was. Weird. Oh no, enemies! What magic do I want to use for this occasion? Well, fire, of course. The best part is we have 2 different fire attacks, which is cool. So you get variety in fire. Damn you! Get off of me! I would tell them I hate them, but that would be redundant at this point. So we got another one of those plug things. So now we need to come over here. This thing deactivates on its own. You might have to flip that switch to deactivate it, but I think it deactivates itself, which is good. So we put the one there, and now we need to pick up this other one and move it. And this is the thing, I could not get this to work without checking that switch and the door. Again, I don't know which one you actually have to check, so just do them both. I don't know why I'm giving tips for this game, considering this is not a walkthrough. I've been stuck at home for almost a year now due to quarantining and everything and lockdowns. I don't know what to talk about anymore. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that because I'm going to save my game and end the video here. So thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Parasite Eve 2. Actually, I decided we're going to continue for just a couple more minutes. I get the feeling next video is going to be a really long one, and anytime I can shave off of that is a good thing, especially considering for me this is a short video. So there's one other thing we're going to go ahead and do, and after that I'll just run back to the save point and save off screen. We saw the switch, go ahead and flick it now that we've messed around with that power panel, and that unlocks a door we can now go in. Aya's just wondering what kind of place this is. Well, it feels like an endgame type of place. Oh god. Damn it, you quack like a duck! Stop doing that! This guy killed me at least 5 times. So this was the best way I could think of to fight this thing. We picked up that handgun from Kyle, and it has that flashlight which can stun enemies. I don't know how many of these batteries I use on this thing, but it seems like a really good way of fighting this thing. And then I'm using magic in combination with this thing. I don't want to use magic here because I'm going to need the magic later on, but I do have a power I can upgrade which will give me full magic. I also brought a magic boost that I attached to the belt, so I'll make my decision on what I want to do once we run out of magic, which we are almost out. So now I'm going to end the video after using a heal 2 because I had no inventory space. But I'll go back to the truck to drop off a couple of things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time with more Parasite Eve 2. It's very exciting.